Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Radha Parisisvara ki jai, Shri Desai Sutta ki jai, Shri Jagannath Baladev Maharaj jai, Shri Hare Krishna. What a nice, sweet Vaishnava song by Shri Jiv Goswami. By who? Shri Jiv Goswami. It is called Shri Shri Yugalashtakam. Hare Krishna. So we are going to discuss from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, chapter number 24, the last chapter, and text number 6, Uccha Uccavaceshu bhuteshu
Uccavaceshu bhuteshu
Charanavayur iveshvara
Charanvayur iveshvara
Noccavattvam bhajate
Nuccavattvam bhajate
Nirgunatva gunay
Nirgunatva gunay
Uccavaceshu bhuteshu
Uccavaceshu bhuteshu
Charanavayur iveshvara
Charanvayur iveshvara
Noccavattvam bhajate
Nuccavattvam bhajate
Nirgunatva gunay
Nirgunatva gunay
Uccavaceshu bhuteshu
Uccavaceshu bhuteshu
Charanavayur iveshvara
Charanvayur iveshvara
Noccavattvam bhajate
Nuccavattvam bhajate
Nirgunatva gunay
Nirgunatva gunay Uccavaceshu bhuteshu
Uccavaceshu bhuteshu
Charanvayur iveshvara
Charanvayur iveshvara
Nuccavattvam bhajate
Noccavattvam bhajate
Nirgunatva gunay
Nirgunatva gunay
Uccavaceshu bhuteshu
Uccavaceshu bhuteshu
Charanvayur iveshvara
Charanvayur iveshvara
Noccavattvam bhajate
Noccavattvam bhajate
Nirgunatva gunay
Nirgunatva gunay
Uccavaceshu bhuteshu
Uccavaceshu bhuteshu
Charanvayur iveshvara
Charanvayur iveshvara
Noccavattvam bhajate
Nuccavattvam bhajate
Nirgunatva gunay
Nirgunatva gunay
Uccavaceshu bhuteshu
Uccavaceshu bhuteshu
Charanvayur iveshvara
Charanvayur iveshvara
Noccavattvam bhajate
Nuccavattvam bhajate
Nirgunatva gunay
Nirgunatva gunay
Uccavaceshu bhuteshu
Uccavaceshu bhuteshu
Charanvayur iveshvara
Charanvayur iveshvara
Noccavattvam bhajate
Nuccavattvam bhajate
Nirgunatva gunay
Nirgunatva gunay
Uccavaceshu
Uccavaceshu
having higher or lower bodily forms.
having higher or lower bodily forms.
Bhuteshu
Bhuteshu
among the living entities.
among the living entities.
Charana
Charana
behaving. Vayu iva
Vayuriva
exactly like the air.
exactly like the air.
Ishvara the
Ishvara
Supreme Lord.
the Supreme Lord.
Na
Not
Ucca avatvam
Ucca avachatvam
the quality of higher or lower grade of life.
the quality of higher or lower grades of life.
Bhajate
Bhajate
accepts.
accept.
Nirgunatva
Nirgunatva
because of being transcendental
transcendental
above all material qualities.
above all material qualities.
Dhiya
Dhiya
generally.
Gune
Gune by modes of Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshakari. Hare Krishna. So before we start a discussion on this subject matter, Srimad Bhagavatam, so I would like to beg your mercy so that although my thoughts are like like black filthy substance, just like a mascara or kajal, if you know what is that. But when it is applied on the beautiful eyes of some Mataji, they give a very beautifying effect. So similarly, these subject matter of Krishna or the beautiful face of of a lady, and when this black mascara is applied upon those eyes, it beautifies that face more. So I hope that, although I am not qualified enough, but somehow by discussing Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's Leela, Krishna's philosophy, we can make it more beautiful. So before start discussing about this, let's recap what has happened, before this shloka. So I'll just read the translation of the previous 5 shlokas. Maharaj Parishit said, Jai Shri Radha Parisisvara ki Jai, Shri Shri Nitai Satyasuta ki Jai, Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki Jai, Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Maharaj Parishit said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hare, is eternally situated in his transcendental position. Yet he descends to his material world and manifests himself in various incarnations. His first incarnation was that of great fish. O most powerful Shukdev Goswami, I wish to hear from you the pastime of that fish incarnation. So just before this chapter, up till 23rd chapter, Parishit Maharaj hear about the glories of Bali Maharaj and how Vamandev appeared and cheated him, transcendentally cheated him. So after listening to that pastime, this is the nature of Krishna's pastime, Krishna's bhakti, Krishna's holy name, that you cannot be satisfied with it. You want to hear more and more, more and more. So again, Parishit Maharaj is inquiring further that can I hear about that pastime also? Can I hear about how Krishna took this form of fish? And along with that, he will reveal his doubt also, that how could Krishna appear like a fish who is so contaminated, so filthy? What was the purpose for which the Supreme Personality of Godhead accepted the abominable form of a fish, exactly as an ordinary living entity accepts the different forms under the laws of karma? The form of a fish is certainly condemned and full of terrible pain. Oh Lord, what was the purpose of this incarnation? Kindly explain this to us. For hearing about the pastime of Lord is auspicious for everyone. Shukdev Goswami said, when Parishit Maharaj thus inquired from Shukdev Goswami, the most powerful saintly person began describing the pastime of Lord's incarnation as a fish. Shukdev Goswami said, Shri Shukdev Goswami said, O King, for the sake of protecting the cows, Brahmana, demigods, devotees and Vedic literature, the religious principle and the principle to fulfill the purpose of life, the Supreme Personality of Godhead accept the form of incarnations. So here in today's shloka, Shukdev Goswami is replying that how Krishna is not contaminated by all that. So today we'll discuss 4. On this subject matter, we'll discuss 4 questions. We'll try to find out the answer of 4 questions. That in today's shloka or in this context, Parishit Maharaj is asking how Krishna can take such an abominable form, like a fish or a hog also. Like hog is not considered very good animal. Even lion is also not. He is very ferocious. He eat raw meat and everything. So how can Krishna do such things? So first question that we will discuss is why such question arises in the mind of devotees or people. That, how can Krishna, Krishna would have become contaminated by this act, or Krishna do such activities like marrying 16,108 wives. Such a lusty person he is, isn't it? And on top of that, he is also having so many girlfriends also. What kind of will you respect that kind of a person in today's world? If somebody is having this many wives and on top of that he has so many girlfriends also. If somebody is a thief who is stealing butter from other people's home, if somebody who is running away from the battleground, what kind of a award will be given, or what kind of a punishment would be given to a person who runs away from the battleground? And Krishna do such things. How can he do those things? So why this question may arise? First question. how Krishna is not contaminated by all these things. Third question would be why people cannot see Krishna, although Krishna is present everywhere, yet people are not able to see it, and how we can see Krishna or understand Krishna's activity and pastimes. So first question that we'll discuss is why this question arises that people doubt Krishna's supremacy, or how Krishna is come like a fish or a hog, or although Krishna is not exactly like a fish or a hog, but in that form. So that question arises because people don't have this experience that somebody else could be above us also. Whole our life or whole their life, they have experienced only on this material platform. That even the highest or the most powerful person that somebody may have experienced is somebody, some big bodybuilders who have lifted maybe 500 kgs or 600 kgs. They cannot imagine somebody lifting a Govardhan hill over it. They take it as a joke, give me a break. How could this be possible? That somebody, some 7-year-old child can lift this much weight. You must be crazy if you are talking about it. So they need to understand that this is not joke. Like, we have limited experience, we have limited exposure. Just to give a metaphor of it, like we are covered with Maya. Just to like in these days we cannot see sun. It is it is always covered with some clouds. But can a cloud cover sun? Who cloud can cover us? We are very infinitesimal, very small. And if we compare like astronomically also, 90% of the weight of the whole solar system, as per the scientists, 90% of the weight of the whole solar system is sun. How can some clouds can cover the whole sun? Actually, those clouds cover us, or the earthly system, or this city called Paris. They cannot cover the whole sun. Similarly, Maya has we have limited experience. We cannot see everything. Although Krishna is everywhere, he is all powerful, all cognizant, he is all pervading. But because we are limited by our vision, we are limited by our our capacity to think, so we cannot see him. It is just a classic case of frog in the well. The Prabhupada given an example of frog in the well, that if a frog have not came out of the well, for him the well is the biggest place. And just to give another example to understand this is, imagine we all, because we are in the middle, so I don't know whether you have seen it, but at least on TV or on internet you have seen whale fish. Now, how big a whale fish is? It is just like two full loaded buses. Like in Paris we have connected buses, two buses connected together. So that is the size of a whale fish. Now imagine you have to tell an ant that whale fish exists. Can an ant imagine that whale fish exists? For an ant also, I guess that ant might not have envisioned a full human being also. If an ant crawling on a human being, for him, all that hairs on his legs would be like trees,
Forest.
Yeah, forest. And for an ant, you have to tell him that the whole whale fish, which is even bigger than a human being, exists. He cannot imagine that because he is limited by his body and vision, by his intelligence. He has limited intelligence. Similarly, we as human beings are limited by our vision and by our bodily shortcomings also, and our intelligence also. Although we try, but we cannot understand Krishna fully. So that's why we need higher authority to know about Krishna. So that a higher authority is Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. Through their authority, when they tell us, we get to know that yes, Krishna exists and Krishna is such and such. Just like in scientific area also, like, have anyone seen electron ever? nobody has seen electron, but everybody believes electron exists because this knowledge is coming through authorized sources. Similarly, we know that Krishna exists. We have experience also. It's not just like scientists will do. They do chemical reactions. They get to know that these chemicals, these electrons are working. So similarly, when we practice Krishna consciousness, first we hear from authorized sources that Krishna do exist. Krishna is such and such. This is heart of Krishna. This is feeling of Krishna. He reciprocates like this. Similarly, when we follow the process, we also get the experience that yes, Krishna do exist. So this question that does Krishna exist or not, how Krishna can come like a fish or a hog, this question exists because of our limited vision and our limited experience or our limited capacity of thinking. So next question that we can discuss is how Krishna is never contaminated. If you go to a filthy place, I don't know about, I'm very less traveled in Paris, but in Delhi is very, very big. Like, just to give an example, the whole Paris is, or the real Paris is just 105 square kilometers. And Delhi is 1480 square kilometers, 14 times of Delhi. And in the four corners or on the periphery of Delhi, there are very, very big 4 landfills. Landfills are the area where you dump all the garbage that is collected from all the city and you dump it there. So that area is huge, little like mountains. All those 4 landfills are like mountains. So if a person goes there to that filthy place, eventually it is natural that he will get contaminated. So similarly, when Krishna come to this material world, maybe as a fish or in the human form or as a hog or Lord Nrsimha as a half law and half human form, he also must get contaminated, isn't it? But how he never got contaminated. So we can understand it like that, this bird is made up of matter, it is material, but Krishna is spiritual. They are all on a different plane. Just like, we could be here in this place, in this building, 230 Avenue de Division, Leclerc, whatever is the address of this place. And we all could be here, but still we could be on a different platform. Like somebody would be on first floor, second floor, third floor, and this is first floor. So we could be on the same place, but on different planes. On the same place, like Krishna could be on the same planet Earth, but on a different place. So that's why he never get contaminated. Prabhupada gives a very nice example in his purports, like a jailer or a minister. At times they have to go to jail also to visit, to see if everything is going nice or not. So, but do they get, do they also have to serve jail time? If a minister goes into jail, if Prime Minister Macron happens to go to a French jail, do he also has to eat that food or be behind the bars? No, he just visit and come back. So similarly, Krishna doesn't get contaminated. He just come there by his own sweet will, do his pastimes, and go back to his spiritual, to his world. At times, Krishna, people so doubt about his activities also. Like I'm sure you must have also heard this. One time, what happened in Poland, then it is an incident of 80s. That one time a nice Mataji, she joined our movement, and her mother was Catholic, and she become worried, like every parent got worried when their children join Hare Krishna. So her mother approached the church or the nuns that my daughter has become crazy, that she joined those dancing monks. So what they decided that we will file a case in the court against these Hare Krishna, that they are brainwashing. Just on the sideline, when Prabhupada asked this question, that Prabhupada, they say that we brainwash people. So Prabhupada said, yes, that's true, that we brainwash people, because brain is so dirty. Should not it be washed? So So they filed a case, and the argument given by the nun in front of the judge is that they worship an evil god who marries who has so many wives, 108 wives, and on top of that he has so many girlfriends also, and he's such a debauchee, and he's having such a illicit affairs, and they are worshipping, they are a cult. It should not be contaminated. Okay, so there was at that time proper disciple was there. Tushti Krishna Maharaj was also there, and as devotees should be very well versed with our philosophy and the philosophies of others also. So he simply asked this nun that okay, so could you please share the vows that you have taken before you become a nun? So she said, no, I cannot. They are secret vows. So okay, you cannot, but we can say those vows. So he shared those vows in front of the judge and everybody, that before if a lady has to become a nun, she has to take a vow that from this point onwards, Jesus will be my husband. So if this is true, if every nun has to take this vow that Jesus will be my husband, so how many wives Jesus would have? Probably more than Krishna. So who is more evil? So that way, that case was dismissed. Actually, Krishna doesn't need all these wives, all these girlfriends. It is the will of, Krishna always fulfills the desires of the devotees. Kunti Maharani prays Kunti Maharani prayed in one of the shlokas in first canto, 8th chapter, Namo Akinchan Vittaya Nivrata Gunavartaya Namo Akinchan Nivrata Gunavartaya Atma Ram Shantaya Kevala Pataye Namah. That Krishna is Atma Ram, he is self-satisfied. He doesn't need all those women, he doesn't need all those girls. Actually, it is a will of those gopis to be with Krishna. It is a will of those queens that they wanted to have Krishna as their husband. So Krishna fulfilled those desires. Otherwise, Krishna is not a lusty person. There is a very sweet story. It is not mentioned in Krishna book or Bhagavatam. It is mentioned in some other shastras. Like if you have been to Vrindavan or nearby places, there is a place called Panigaon on the west bank of Yamuna river. So one time, what gopis did, they decided to have a picnic. So they made very nice food stuff. They have buckets full of all those food stuff, nice sandesh, puri, halwa, and everything. So, but when they came near the shore of river Yamuna, they saw that the water is very high. They cannot cross it just by walking. And there was Durvasa Rishi who was meditating there. So they asked the help of that saint Durvasa Rishi, could you please help us cross this, by your power, could you help us cross this river Yamuna? So Durvasa, the very name Durvasa means a saint or a person who have only drank the juice of grass called Durva. That person is called Durvasa. So, and in the actuality also, that Durvasa Rishi only drink in his whole life only drank the juice of Durva grass. So Durvasa Rishi said, okay, I can help you, but I need what you have in your buckets. I want to taste that. And what Durvasa Rishi did, he ate all those things, everything. And gopis might have thinking, what kind of a rishi is his name is Durvasa, and now he ate everything. And what Durvasa Rishi did, by his power, he helped gopis just cross over the Yamuna river. And gopis become a little puzzled, how could this be happen? And when they went to their picnic spot and they opened their bucket, all food was there. By the mystic power of Durvasa Rishi, all the food was there. So they had their picnic. The picnic of gopis or the devotees is Tushyanti cha Ramanti cha. Then they always discuss about Krishna. We can see in all the leelas of Krishna that whenever the devotees, whatever they are doing, they always discuss Krishna's pastime. When in what is called Okhal Bandhan Leela, Damodar Leela. But what Mother Yashoda was doing while she was churning the butter, she was singing the glories of Krishna. So similarly, gopis also, they had their picnic, they discussed about Krishna, that how Krishna is like this, like that. So they have their picnic, and when they are coming back again, the water of Yamuna was on the high level, and they could not cross over the Yamuna river. And there was standing Krishna, and now they ask Krishna for help, and Krishna asks, okay, if you say that Krishna is Bal Brahmachari, so by this power of these words, you can cross over Yamuna river. And gopis, become puzzled, how could this be possible? In the night he goes with us. And how could he be a brahmachari who never touched a woman? So, but they are in the fix. They are in a situation. So they said, okay, Krishna is brahmachari. And just by saying so, they cross over Yamuna river. So how can we understand this? Krishna is a brahmachari. Yes, Krishna is a brahmachari. Because it is not desire of Krishna to enjoy with women. It is a desire of gopis to enjoy with Krishna. And Krishna just fulfill those desires. So Krishna is never contaminated because he is altogether on a spiritual level, and this is matter. Matter cannot contaminate with Krishna. So, jumping over the third question, that why people cannot see Krishna. Although Krishna came here, he did all those activities, Krishna lifted Govardhan Hill, that Govardhan Hill is still there. So, before jumping on that, how can we, why, my question to you all is, why Krishna do such things? Like, marrying such 16,108 wives, stealing the clothes of young Matajis, gopis, and running away from the battlefield. This, such acts bring infamy mostly, and devotees have to answer these things to other people. No, it is not like that. Krishna was just 7-year-old when this first time happened. He steal the clothes of gopis. Which 7-year-old boy is having those lusty desires? It is just a play. So why Krishna do these things? What do you think? And devotees have to be answerable to people, or answerable to themselves also.
To increase the relationship with his devotees, to manifest some...
He could do some sweet things also.
Yeah, but to reciprocate with their feelings and to deepen the...
There is 5 relationships in this material world. So that means there is 5 relationships.
Yes, Krishna is Akhil Rasamrit Murti, that he enjoy every rasas. You cannot enjoy Madhurya Rasa with Lord Narasimhadev. You cannot enjoy Dasya Rasa with, you can, like Krishna's friend, they at times they beat Krishna also. When Krishna opens his mouth to eat a laddu, they put a flower in the mouth. You cannot do this with Lord Narasimhadev. You cannot imagine that. Even with Lord Ram, Sugriv, Vibhishan, they are his friends. But they cannot, put his hand over his shoulder. He's still in the, Lord Ram is worship in the mood of awe and reverence. Awe and reverence. So, why, you all are, what you said is right, but Prabhupada also mentioned his point that, why Krishna, do all these activities so that devotees have something to talk about. Otherwise, what we will talk about? Krishna is, just like Mayavadis, Krishna is everywhere. You are also Krishna, I am also Krishna. You are also God, I am also God. Just boring philosophy. So because Krishna do these activities, so we have lot of subject matter to talk about, and be it defending Krishna also at times. So, why people cannot see Krishna? Because they are covered with Maya. Just like I discussed a little before, that we are covered with Maya. It's not Krishna who is covered with Maya. We are covered with Maya, and so we cannot see Krishna. Just like in Sri Ishopanishad, a very nice shloka. 15th.
It's 15.
Sorry. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hiranmayena patrena satyasyaphita hitam mukham tattvam pushan apurvrenu satya dharmaya drishyaye. O my Lord, sustainer of all that lives, your real face is covered by your dazzling effulgence. Kindly remove that covering and exhibit yourself to your pure devotee. So this is a prayer of a devotee. So kindly Krishna, you show me your face. We cannot see your face. If you become so kindly enough, if you become kind enough, so we can see your face. So we can see the Mayavadis also, that they also, or the others also, they seemingly worshipping Krishna, or doing kirtan, or doing big discourses, lectures, seminars, but whatever they do, not to please Krishna, but to become Krishna, become competitor of Krishna. Like one time what happened, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Varanasi, and in Varanasi, it's a long story. Like when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to East Bengal, which is today's Bangladesh, he met Tapan Mishra there. And what he did, he asked Tapan Mishra to go and be situated in Varanasi. Because who is the son of Tapan Mishra? Anybody knows? Who is son of Tapan Mishra? Raghunath Bhatt Goswami. He wanted to, because at that time Varanasi was the seat of knowledge. Everybody, whoever comes from Varanasi, Kashi, he is considered a very learned person. Whoever studied in Oxford, he is considered learned person nowadays. Oxford, Harvard. So similarly, at that time, Oxford, Harvard was Varanasi, and because he wanted to establish his disciples, Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, so he asked the father to go there, so that in future that can be, help in his leela. So when Tapan Mishra, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Varanasi, and Tapan Mishra introduced a person to him, and that person was, the specialty of that person, he always chant the name of Lord Ram, always, Lord Ram, 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 always. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when Tapan Mishra introduced that person, Tapan Mishra was very, 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 impressed with that person, that he always chant the name of Lord Ram. Such a great devotee he is. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't even look toward that person, not even a glance. And Tapan Mishra became puzzled, why Lord is doing like this? He's such a great devotee, he's chanting always, he's better than us also. So why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not looking at him? So in seclusion, when he was alone, so he approached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and asked him, why you are not paying attention to that person? He's such a great devotee. So that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed that he is chanting the name of Lord Ram, not to please Lord Ram, not to serve Lord Ram, but to become Lord Ram. He's a Mayavadi. And this is if we must be knowing the Mayavadi philosophy. If you don't know, we must know. This must be in our blood. It is coming from our Acharya, that Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatari. It is in our philosophy to defeat the Mayavadi wherever we heard this. So Mayavadi philosophy is saying that you are also God, you are also God, you are also God. That in gist, the Mayavadi philosophy is that we all are Brahman. Because right now the Brahman is encaptured in this body. We are limited because of Maya. Maya has covered us. Similarly, sorry Radha Parisisvara, but just to make them understand that Krishna is also just a big pot covered by Maya. We are small pot, and this is Mayavadi philosophy, and Krishna is big pot covered by Maya. He is also Brahman, we are also Brahman. And eventually when I will be out of this pot, I will also become Krishna. So this is Mayavad philosophy. Ghatakas, Patakas, if you have heard that. So it cannot be possible that we cannot be God. We are part and parcel of God. We are infinitesimal. Krishna is infinite. So this is Mayavadi's approach, that they might, you may see them doing such like doing big discourses, seminar, kirtans, and all those things. They might be seen doing big austerities also. But what is the reason behind that? They don't want to serve Krishna. They want to become Krishna. That is their fallacy. So, and Krishna reserved the right, like just like we reserve the right who we want to invite in our houses. Do we invite anybody, any Tom, Dick and Harry can come to our house? No, we cannot. Or our room. So for the ashram devotees. So similarly, Krishna also reserved the right that who can know him. Avjananti Mamura Manushim Tanu Ashrita. Not everybody can understand Krishna. Only to those, Krishna Krishna want to reveal himself to. They can know Krishna. So the next and final question, that how we can see Krishna or how we can understand Krishna. So we, as Prabhupada, you must have been, receiving those WhatsApp forwards, daily course of Prabhupada. And one of those course of Prabhupada is like, you all are suffering from cataract. Cataract is a disease in which there is a cloud over the eyes. You cannot see things properly. So the remedy of that is the person has to be operated. This retina is opened, this eyeball is opened, and that cloud is removed. That whatever dirt is there, it is removed. That's called cataract operation. So Prabhupada said, you all are suffering from spiritual cataract, and I will operate on you so that you can see Krishna. Because most of the time people ask this question that can you see Krishna? Can you see Krishna? And Prabhupada answered that question differently to different people. One time Prabhupada was giving lecture in I don't know the place, but he was giving lecture in such a arrangement that Prabhupada's Vyasasana was there, and Krishna, just in front of Prabhupada, there was altar, and devotees are sitting in between. And one of the hippies, he stand up and asked this question in a challenging mode. Have you seen Krishna? Can you see Krishna? Prabhupada said, yes, I can see, but you are in the way. Please sit down. Because he was standing in between him and altar. One time also Prabhupada asked, can you see Krishna? And Prabhupada answered, it depends on whom Prabhupada answering it to, or who is asking that question. So Prabhupada answered differently. Prabhupada asked that, does it matter if I can see Krishna or not? How will you believe it? You will believe when you will see Krishna. When you will follow this process, then you will be able to see Krishna. So similarly for us also, we can see Krishna face to face by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and his disciples, his devotees, his philosophies, his books. Actually here also, Radha Parisisvara is there. We cannot invite Krishna here. Prabhupada has invited Radha Parisisvara. Krishna is there in the altar. It's not just a statue or a marble murti. Krishna is there. Prabhupada has invited Krishna for us so that we can serve Krishna, we can see Krishna face to face. We can reciprocate with Krishna. We can serve him. And Krishna accepted that invitation. Although, just like we discussed about landfills. Suppose if Paris must be having that landfill also somewhere. Would anybody like, even if it is of a size of a very big mountain, will anybody will go to that place to see that mountain? No. Similarly, would Krishna would like to come to this place, to this material world, which is full. People are, this is the age of quarrel and hypocrisy. People are, we know how people in Kali Yuga are. Mand sumand mate mand bhagya hai upadrita. So will any gentleman or Krishna would like to come here? No. But he comes on the invitation of Srila Prabhupada. And if we follow that process, we can also see Krishna, we can also talk to Krishna, we can also serve Krishna. So, and Guru and Krishna, Guru Prabhupada, Krishna, they are like our captain of our boat. If we want to really sail our boat towards Krishna, we have to follow the captain. Whatever way, they say, we have to follow that. Because they have seen the truth. Because they have seen the truth, those who knows the way, they can show us the way also. But provided we follow that way, as it is. So this is my thoughts on this subject matter. We discussed 4 questions today in this verse. First question, why this question arises, that people doubt that Krishna must have become contaminated if he come as a fish or a hog. This question arises because we have limited vision. We are covered with Maya. We have not seen the whole scenario. We are frog in the well. Next question is, how Krishna is never contaminated, because Krishna is on the different level. Krishna is on different platform. He is spiritual and this is material world. He cannot be contaminated. Why people cannot see Krishna? Because they are covered with Maya, especially Mayavadis. They wanted to become Krishna, not to serve Krishna. And finally, how can we see Krishna? If we follow the process rightly. If we follow the instruction of Srila Prabhupada and the spiritual master cent percent, definitely one day although we are not eligible, still we can see Krishna face to face. So anybody has any doubt or question or correction?
Srila Prabhupada always said we have to know the Leelas and we have to know the Tattva. So we understand Krishna by Tattva at all. This is very important.
Yes.
Because even if we accept Krishna, because we don't really know we have accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of God.
If we discuss only Leelas, so eventually we will more like a Sahajiyas.
And we cannot explain to others.
Yes. Explain to ourselves also.
Of course.
Doubt will arise in our mind also. Thank you. Somebody has a question. 1. Somebody has a question. 2.
Thank you.
Hare.
If
So we can. Okay.
no, I just wanted to know if any brahmachari want to say that as Krishna do the illegal relationship with the groupies or like romance, just for
Why not me? Why Krishna have all the fun?
Yeah, just for the sake of fulfill the desire of the
So
groupies.
some Mataji, it's not my desire.
So for them, what you will say?
Like we have to understand there is a difference between dog and a master. A dog cannot become a master. So, Krishna can fulfill the desire of others and still cannot become contaminated. Like one time, one reporter challenged Prabhupada that, what is this chanting of Hare Krishna did to you? Prabhupada very boldly answered, if there is 100 naked women here, you will become attracted, I will not. So, this is, we are mere mortals, we easily get contaminated. So, we cannot do that. We are very small. Like, why you want, if somebody has this desire that I can fulfill the desire of somebody and I am still be contaminated. Okay, so do what Krishna did also. Lift the Govardhan hill first. Before doing Ras Leela, Krishna lift the Govardhan hill also. Krishna killed so many demons also. First do those things and then if you can survive, you can do that. Fulfill the desire of somebody. I hope you got the answer.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Jadguru Prabhupada ki jai.
Is this Rasa-Parayana?
Yeah.